I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. It. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Thing sucks.
Here we go. It's another edition of the Daily Puck Drop. Welcome in, kiddos. Thursday edition here, August 7th, Daily Puck Drop. We go live every single day starting at 10 on YouTube, Twitter, and, of course, the one and only Puck Sports mobile app. You can listen on your phone. You can listen in your car. We are working on some updates on the app. Be patient because we've got to go through the app stores to make sure that those all get updated properly. All right, we are broadcasting from the Limbach Lumber Studios as we do every single morning here at 10 o'clock. Contractors, they offer free deliveries, everything from whole house packages to homeowner DIY projects, largest stock buildings in the Northwest. They got old school service because they've been doing it since 1930. Give them a call at 206-782-3487. Visit them online at limbachlumber.com. Follow the social media platforms, Puck Sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky. Also Puck Sports or Puck_Sports there on TikTok, and you can find us on Facebook there as well. And a reminder, once the live show is over, everything is podcast immediately right around noon. You get the show up there on YouTube. Also, you get it on all your favorite podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, wherever you find your podcast. All right, coming up on the show today, it's a Thursday. It is jam-packed. We'll talk to Mike Garafolo from the NFL Network coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. And really the big story with the NFL Network and just the NFL in general right now, I mean, it's preseason. We got 3 games tonight, including your Seattle Seahawks in action taking on the Raiders. Big news is the merger, takeover, whatever the hell we're going to call it, between the NFL Network and ESPN. And what does this mean for our guy Garafolo? Moving forward now that he is part, I guess, of the ESPN family. The whole thing is confusing. I really, does ESPN own it and then the NFL Network owns a piece of ESPN? I am confused by all of it. But I'm also an idiot and easily confused. Brad Adam of Root Sports stops on by, as he always does on his Thursday visits. Caught up with Brad early this morning, and so we'll play that right after we talk to Mike Garafolo. And, of course, Thursdays mean another visit with our good friend Mitch Levy from the world-renowned Mitch Unfiltered podcast. KJ-Arent comes your way around 10:50 or so. Now, a reminder with our visits with Mitch and KJ-Arent, you get the full meal deal during the live show. But once the live show is over, we just have that part of the Pucks Posse, also part of the Mitch Unfiltered podcast, which right when the show's over, those will go up later. So if you come in late and want to watch or listen to the full segment with myself and Mitch, you got to become a Pucks Posse member or a member of Mitch Unfiltered. All right. We'll have some stories in our other news segment, and then we wrap everything up with, hey, what the puck? You got to start off with the Mariners again. We caught up late to the game. We got football practice every day this week. So, I'm in and out on Mariner games, trying to follow on my phone at the same time, yelling at kids, yelling in a positive way to the kids. All right. The Ballard Knight football team. Shout out to those boys working hard out there. And shout out to the coaches. I mean, we really are doing our best out there as well. But so you're kind of following the game, and then you go through all the highlights afterwards and get caught up on everything that's happening and seeing the Naylor home run and the Julio home run. And right now, and we'll talk about this with Brad coming up when we visit with him coming up in a little bit. It's just a fun baseball team right now. And Brad brings something up that I hadn't really thought about. I had always thought about it in the context of in the Dipoto era, but what he brings up is probably right. This is the best team they've had since 2001. The most complete team, top to bottom, when you look at their lineup, and with Rosarina leading off, and then with Cal, with Julio, and then Naylor, and then Suarez, and then Polanco, Tom Canzone. I know every time Canzone does something, everyone's on me left and right. But Dom Canzone has been great. The fact that Cole Young is hitting ninth for these guys right now And Cole Young has been unbelievable. I mean, he really has. I mean, Cole Young has just been phenomenal, and he is just going to get better and better and better and better. And J.P. Crawford now hitting there in the 8th spot. The team, and then what they can provide off the bench too as well, which is only going to get better. Luke Raley's expected to be back probably next week. The news on Victor Robles is good. I think a lot of people thought, including myself, that Victor Robles wasn't going to be able to be back at all this year. And the fact that he's getting closer to that, going to start the rehab, start coming up soon, and then get about, they said about 40 or 58 ABs. He could be back in the lineup. So now you just get better defensively, get better on the base pass. You just get better all around there with Victor Robles. So, yeah, they are, when you look at them, physically watch them and then just look at them on paper, and they are right now one of the most, I think you make a solid argument. I think you'd be laughed off, the most complete team right now in the American League, which is just amazing to say. And I know that there's this sentiment out there, well, we can't give credit to them because of they're cleaning up their own mess. And to a degree, I guess I understand that, but they have put together a team right now that, as we sit here on August 7th, is as good as anyone, if not the best team in the American League, and has as good a chance as anyone to do damage once they get in the postseason. Because that's all we've talked about. It's all that's ever been brought up is, can they do enough just to get in the postseason? They are built more for a playoff run with their pitching staff and all the guys that they can use in there. But can they get in there? And in the last few years, they've missed in the playoffs by a game or two because they didn't have enough offense. Well, you can't make the argument anymore they don't have enough offense, because they got plenty of offense. And it starts with that. I mean, it starts with Josh Naylor. When there was all this talk about everyone that they wanted to add, and I have just been enamored by Josh Naylor for a long time. You know, they even in the offseason, I think, tried to make a move to go out and acquire him. There's just something about him. He brings so much to the table. I didn't know he was this fast and this athletic. But in terms of I keep using just red ass, but this competitive fire that he has and that he plays with, the kind of the lunatic fringe of himself, of how he carries himself on the field, is I think for any team is vital. And that's, in addition to an incredible hitter that he is, he's played discipline. He's been better defensively at first base than I thought he was going to be. That has been an amazing trade so far. I mean, it's early on, but I don't think it's going to, I don't think he's going to drop off or anything. But that was the guy when we were all discussing who the two of those guys that they were going to get. I wanted him more just because of, listen, the more pressing, man, you needed a need at third base, especially offensively. Pressing need with this organization is at first base because I don't have anything in the pipeline. Josh Naylor's been here. Here's why I love, before we get to Garafolo and talk football, and Garafolo is going to appreciate this because Mike Garafolo is a huge baseball fan as well. Now, he's a slender man, so this doesn't apply to him. But the reason I love Josh Naylor is for all of us out there that are 5'10", you're in that 250 crowd. God damn it. Josh Naylor, you're an American patriot, sir. Thank you for all your service that you're doing. All right. We got football, and we got a lot of news to catch up with our next guest, Mike Garafolo, who you can follow on social media at Mike Garafolo. His weekly appearance is brought to you by Hartley and Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts in the Puget Sound area since 1978. For honesty, fairness, and integrity, give Jamie Hartley a call when he's not playing golf, and he plays golf a lot, folks. You see a portly man who's bald walking around the golf course with a bogey in his hand? That's Jamie Hartley. 253-565-8700. Also, Zogs on Fox Island. Perfect spot to grab a cold beer, hang out with friends, watch the Mariners, watch the Seahawks tonight. And you can check out their hours on Facebook and Instagram. And ladies and gentlemen, joining us from his car, Are we playing golf? Did we just get done with a round of golf, Mike Garafolo?
No.
Okay.
Playing golf. Get out of
Okay.
here. Season's over, brother.
Season's over. Where are we at right now? What camp are you in?
I'm on my way to Baltimore to cover the Colts Ravens game tonight. So we are. I said the season's over, but that's not true. So the next couple of weeks will provide some windows. I just gotta bite the bullet and take advantage of them and just be like, you know what, my phone's gonna be going crazy. I'm not shooting 79. I don't shoot 79 anyway, but point being, it's not going to be an all-time great round. But I'm out there and I'm swinging, and just try to keep it sane.
So we got the Ravens game tonight there on the NFL Network.
Yes, we do. Yes,
okay.
And I'll be. So the game kicks at 4 Pacific, and I'll be on the 3 Pacific.
Okay.
I got a couple of hits into the pregame show.
Okay.
And this is the time of year where we just run preseason games over and over and over, pretty much throughout the next 4 days.
Yeah.
And then we do it again next weekend. So please tune in and start watching some guys who might make some plays coming up on Sundays, or maybe you're going to get claimed by your team, and who knows, maybe find their way onto the Seahawks roster or practice squad or something like that.
Okay, so the big news of here in the last few days is this. What do we call it? I want to say merger, but it's not a merger. What's the new NFL Network ESPN? To me, it's confusing what's going on. Who owns who? What's going on with your network and ESPN now?
Yeah, the particulars. I believe that we get the NFL gets 10% of ESPN as part of this deal. They get the network. They get games. They get the ability to, usually the NFL puts a clock on how much you're allowed to, how many highlights, and if you go over that number, you get fined. Mm-hmm. We had that when I was at Fox. I was like, wait a minute, we pay money to broadcast games, and they're like, nope, everybody is limited. NFL Network, we don't have that problem. We can show as much as we want. So now ESPN, I gather, can do as much content as they want. So that's a big get for them. I mean, they all I know is that internally, I've heard a lot of good things about the future of the NFL Network. Okay. About how ESPN is going to help in that regard, about how the NFL is going to help. I mean, it's a mutually beneficial partnership is basically the word that I would use there. So it's not immediate. We're going to continue rolling this season, maybe even next. There has to be regulatory approval. That's a federal government type thing. That's way above my pay grade, so I don't know about the details of that. But the people that do know seem to think it's going to take a year plus to finalize this thing and make it happen. So in the meantime, we're still your father's NFL Network.
Okay, so you're good, right? Because I was concerned. You're good.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yes. We all have at the network. We all have contracts, and we're good through the end of those contracts. And when those contracts are up, we hopefully find more work. And I love being at the NFL Network. I love football. No matter what, it's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That's not changing. I'm not all of a sudden going to be breaking Mariners trades at the deadline. That's not going to happen. So no.
Hey, but I'm
very excited.
You could.
I could. Sometimes there's agents like Drew Rosenhaus has. Who's he got? Shane Bieber, I think.
Okay.
And so every now and then you see, his agent Drew Rosen. It's like, how did that happen, and how does he have the time for that? So every now and then there is some overlap. There's more basketball to football overlap than anything else, though, because Clutch Sports sort of came in there.
No. So there is, just for those who are maybe unfamiliar with what's going on, that there is no immediate change this year, right? If I flip on the NFL Network, I'm not going to see Stephen A. Smith yelling.
Right. Correct. Yes. Okay. That's not until it is the regulatory approval happens. Everything stays the same. And even listen, when eventually it happens, you're still going to see an NFL Network. I mean, ESPN owns the SEC network, right? And that. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe people pop it on and say, I have no idea. And you'll see ESPN programming on there, and some of the folks from the SEC network will be on ESPN. I'd imagine it'll be something like that. So it's not going to be something where all of a sudden, all first take is. I mean, from my understanding, Good Morning Football is a brand that ESPN is excited about and should still continue into the future.
Okay. Let's get over some football news. We got Seahawks and Raiders tonight. Like I enjoy preseason football. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like it. I like it. I like watching the first series that sometimes the starters get in. But what I really like is the guys, it's watching the rookies get into play. And it's always more exciting too, like the Seahawks, when they have this rookie quarterback that everyone is excited to see. So I'm looking forward to watching Jalen Milroe get on the field tonight. So, I like preseason football. I think if I was someone that was buying tickets, I would ask the NFL teams maybe to lower the prices on the preseason tickets, but other than that, it's fun.
They're gonna take one of those away and turn it into a regular season game, so that should make some people happy.
Ooh.
I guess that's coming eventually. 18 games, we'll see. I don't know that you're going to see Milroe in the way that you'll see him during the regular season, right? As a part of the package of plays or whatever, but you might see some elements of it, some read option type stuff, because that's not. Great secret. It's somewhat simple. It's just you gotta read the quarterback. Maybe not a lot of wrinkles off of it, but you'll see him in action, and that'll be exciting. Yeah, you'll see. I honestly, I know what the Ravens and Colts are going to do. The Seahawks. I know Pete's playing the starters, or the Seahawks playing their starters.
Oh, that's what he said, though. I mean, Pete. He said he's going to play the starters. He's not going to play anyone. No one's going to play. He's just
at all.
I'd be shocked if Geno Smith's not going to play. You think Geno Smith's going to play? I don't think he's going to play.
I don't know. I'd be. He made it sound like I think he wants the game, right? You don't think he wants the game?
He wants to win. There is no doubt about that. He wants to win.
I figured that was a big part of it, not just like let's get our guys some work. Let's get in there and even if it's preseason, like give me the Raiders tonight, right? I don't even know. Usually this is where
it's a good. It's a bad line. Raiders -5.
I don't know what the line is.
I'm telling you, but I know the line. Jim and I made a bet on this one. He's taking the Raiders. I'm taking the Seahawks +5 at home.
Oh, so that's why. You see, I knew there was a reason for you to be like, you're almost talking yourself into this one. Who's not playing the starters?
I'd be shocked if he played.
How do you? But listen, even if you know, Team A is playing the starters, Team B is playing their backups. You're still hoping that the first quarter outweighs the other three, right?
Yeah.
Like. I don't understand the concept of like how you're going to take the game line or the game. Like, what would you project over 4 quarters if you're banking on guys who aren't going to make the team anyway?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take the under though. It's 37.5.
Again, what do you
hammer the under, everyone? Hammer the under 37.5. Hey, what have you seen? I'm sure you did the press conference the other day. Like, Pete's got this new look. He never wears a hat. He's got a ball cap on. He's got these dark, like, poker glasses on. Vegas has changed him, Mike.
Yeah, how about that, right? High roller Pete now.
High roller Pete.
You talk about changing him, though. I mean, he just looks like the same Pete as always. And I know that the relationship between him and John Spytek has been great. To make the move on Christian Wilkins, you got to be aligned as a GM and a head coach, and they were. Which that's interesting to me that we haven't heard a peep on Wilkins since that happened.
No.
So it's I think they're going to be. It's a tough division, right? The other 3 teams in the division, legitimately, you can make cases that they're all going to win the division, if not go deep into the postseason. So I just don't see how they get above 500, but. If they're 7-10, 8-9 even, that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that there's a lot of people that are fascinated by what he's going to be able to do, in Las Vegas, right? I mean, that ownership is not. It's very up and down. We don't know anything. Davis doesn't feel like he has that NFL billionaire money. Well, he doesn't. I mean, it's just so. I wonder what it's going to. Like, is Mark Davis going to be all in with Pete Carroll? Is he going to allow them to go out and pursue and get guys and be as aggressive that they possibly can be? And the one thing about Pete is that this guy is, he won at USC. He revitalized that that team. He revitalized the Seahawks. And I think he's going to do the same thing with the Raiders.
I think he is too, and it's not just Mark Davis; it's everybody else there, the other members of the ownership group, and Tom Brady making it seem like he's not a big part of things there. But he's clearly a part of the operation, and he's clearly got his influence inside the building, and it's in his best interest to make it seem like, oh, I'm just a silent partner here for a variety of reasons. One of which is that he's calling games for Fox, which I still think I cannot believe that that's allowed, and I don't know that anybody other than Tom Brady would have been able to pull that off. So, it's a new group, it's a new day in Vegas in a lot of ways, and I think over the next couple of years they're going to wind up being successful for sure.
Hey, let me ask you something. I feel like this is a planted story. There is some PR team that is out there right now that is trying to get the word out that J.J. McCarthy is terrible. Like someone working against the McCarthy camp. Because on my feed, when I look around.
Somebody asked me. I honestly have not been that dialed in.
Well, there's just this anti-JJ. Oh, my sources are telling me J.J. McCarthy's been terrible in camp. It's like someone is trying to float this out there that he's bad. Because it's like, it's just showing up everywhere right now. What do you know of anything? What's going on with this?
Somebody asked me about this earlier today, and when I was telling you I'm not dialed in, I honestly have not been that much on social media to see this stuff, but it's the second time I'm hearing it today. Look, I would say it's a leap of faith in a lot of ways by the Vikings, because they could have brought in more competition. Aaron Rodgers would have beat down their door to play for them.
Sure.
They were not interested, and to a certain extent I understand it, because Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah's plan was to have a successful young quarterback and attack the roster before you have to pay him big money, like some other teams have done. Well, if you didn't do that this year and didn't allow him to play this year, then you're only getting 1 year of that. Because if he goes nuts in year 3, then he's going to demand a contract and you got to pay him. You don't have that window to do these things. So this is sort of the window to kind of do it. And if Rodgers came in, you're basically committing to him sitting for another year. So he's going to miss the first 2 years of his career. So I get that they were like, now's the time to do it. I would have probably brought in a little bit more to push him and to have him beat out. He's had his ups and downs in camp like any other young quarterback. I don't see anything I haven't heard anything that has them with great alarm. And frankly, if they did, I think they might go pursue some of the veteran options that are still available, or trade for somebody or something like that. So, if he bombs in the preseason, maybe we'll have this conversation again. But once they get into the live games and get him, and he played well last preseason. I understand he wasn't playing necessarily against starting defenses or whatever, but he did play well, at least in the little bit that we saw. So they still remain confident in him, everything I've heard out of there.
Okay, before you leave me, I need to ask you about if there is anything that you can update us on about Uchenna Nwosu.
I have not asked lately, but I was under the impression that they were going to take him along slowly, or at least make sure that they don't rush him. I think that's what I told you before, right? And play it. So he's not been on the field yet, huh?
And done anything? Yeah, it's they have. He is out for a while.
I mean, Mike said that he thought he was going to be on the PUP list to start the season, right?
Yeah.
Or was leaning that way. My understanding was that was likely to be the case. Wasn't 100%. But now that we're at this point and still nothing has happened, I would say that probably that's going to wind up being the case. So
I'll see if they're in the market for another guy. The name that's been floated out here is Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah. I mean, he's already had one reunion last year. Sure. Went back to Carolina. So he's going through his second round of being back with teams. So
how about what can we do? What can the Seahawks do to pry Micah Parsons out of Dallas? Anything? Nothing. No.
Get Jerry to sell a team? I mean, I don't think Jerry's moving him.
Dang it.
I think Jerry's just playing the game and enjoying the daily updates, enjoying turning on NFL Network and seeing the Cowboys in the A block of the show every single day. That's what I think.
And then the B block is LeBron And then the C block is Aaron Rodgers, and then the D block is.
Oh, is this reverse take? Reverse take now? Is that
well, it's just everywhere. And then we're going to go back to the Cowboys, and then the B block is going to be: what if LeBron played for the Cowboys?
Yeah, tight end for the Cowboys.
Could he start at tight end?
We are the NFL Network, pal, and we will.
All right. Have fun. Go. Let's see. What do we got? Yeah, Colts, Ravens. And let's see. Let's put up Ravens. Well, Colts are getting 6.5. You know, I mean,
what?
God, the Ravens are favored by 6.5. Give me the Colts plus the points. I'm gonna ride with Daniel Jones. Let's go.
Did I get? What does that mean? Why? But Richard, they're starting.
Who are they starting? Is Anthony Richardson playing?
Okay. Yeah, he's starting tonight. He's starting the game.
Okay.
And then next week Daniel Jones is going to be the starter. So.
Oh, the Colts. Did I say the Colts are favored? Excuse me.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You had me there.
Excuse me. I read that wrong. The Colts are favored by 6.5.
Okay.
You know what?
Well, the Ravens. Go ahead.
Nah. You know what? I don't care. Who's going to play for the Ravens?
I mean, you won't see their starters, but
no. Who's the backup there?
The backup quarterback with the Baltimore Ravens now is.
I'm going to look it up. Cooper Rush.
Yeah, right. I just saw him the other day at practice. I'm like, I see the number, and I was trying to remember. Cooper Rush. He's good.
Cooper Rush plus the points at home, Garafolo.
Yeah, but it's not just Cooper Rush. It's all these guys behind him, and it's
I'm good. Yeah. I like it all. All right. I don't want to get you in trouble talking anymore.
I didn't provide any.
You didn't.
I was just checking. I gave you the. Are you reading that right? Look, and clearly you are. Yeah. So we're on the same page. That's all.
All right, have fun on the call tonight. 4:00, NFL Network. It is the Ravens and the Colts. Mike Garafolo. Thanks, Mike.
3 o'clock if you want to see my beautiful face. 3 o'clock.
All right, 3 o'clock pregame. All right, see you, Mike.
See ya.
All right, there he is, Mike Garafolo, NFL Network, with us every single Thursday. All brought to you by our two wonderful sponsors that bring you Garafolo every week: Hartley and Hartley Insurance, your trusted family-owned insurance experts, and Zogs on Fox Island. All right, we switch back over to baseball, talking Mariners. Brad Adam joins us every single week from Root Sports, and it's all brought to you by the one and only John Howie Steak. Excellence in dining? Visit John Howie Steak and experience premier Northwest dining. Prime custom aged steaks, award-winning wine, unmatched level of service. You won't be disappointed. Make your next reservation today at johnhowiesteak.com. We've got to be like those people in the commercial spot there for John Howie Steak. We got to get ourselves over to John Howie Steak. You want to know why? Brad Adam from Root Sports, John Howie Steak, voted #1 restaurant in Seattle by the readers of Seattle Magazine. We could be there enjoying, you and I, together without the wives, just me and you, a guy's night.
Could we?
A guy's night. Yes, we could.
Could we?
Yeah, no. Classic steakhouse with the best selection of hand-cut steaks, from USDA Prime to Japanese A5 Wagyu, which they should rename the Brad Adam. They've got fresh and local seafood. It's the classic tableside service, the Caesar salad, all of it at John Howie Steak. And beforehand, and then even afterwards, we're going to wander over to Whiskey by John Howie.
Yeah.
Global selections of rare and well-done whiskeys with something for everyone, from the curious to the connoisseur. Whiskey boasts a collection of hundreds of bottles from around the world. Brad Adam, you're always in a different location. For those just listening, sometimes he's in a hotel room, sometimes he's in one of the kids' rooms, then he's downstairs.
My room, downstairs. The wife said, "Hey, I got a call. You got to move." I'm like, "All right." Okay. Big news. Those Alaska Airlines
what do we got? What are we breaking news? Alaska Airlines is breaking news today. Can we break it here?
Breaking news today
on Puck Sports.
It was yesterday, but I should have called you first.
Going
to London.
We're lowering prices.
No, I didn't say that. Going to Rome, going to London, and going to a city I can't pronounce in Iceland.
Reykjavik?
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Is that? I don't know. That's it.
In addition to
London,
the Hawaiian Airlines.
Rome,
now we're going to Europe. We're going everywhere.
Let's go Alaska.
So Heidi's just going to keep on working so we can keep those benefits.
Those are great benefits. I grew up in a family of a mother that worked in the airline industry, and it's real nice.
It's good. Yeah,
real
girls are already
nice.
excited. They're already planning trips.
Well, let's go to let's all together.
Rome,
the Adams family and the Puckett family goes to Rome after they go to John Howie Steak.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Or maybe we open a John Howie Steak in Rome.
We could. Well, we got to talk to John about that. I don't know if he's
in the pasta.
I'm not sure he's there in the franchise mode yet. It's not a McDonald's.
Yeah. I think Rome would be ready for that. Maybe London, because London, I don't love the London's food there. I think that would be a good steakhouse over there.
Puck, well, the Mariners. I'm doing well.
I'm excited, Puck.
Missed you last week, but we're back here.
Yes, yeah, true. I'm just going to jump in, Puck, because I'm excited. Now, I try to, with you, I try to keep things pretty real, right? Mm-hmm. Granted, I cover the team, and I'm a little biased towards the team.
No, I don't think you are.
A little bit, Puck. But I will say that I have not been this excited about the team. And really, it has not been as good a team as 2001. This lineup and this team is as good as I've ever seen. And 01, I didn't really know what I was doing. This is my first full year, so that doesn't really count. Looking back at all the teams I've covered and all the teams that you've covered and watched, Puck, this lineup, this team, 1 through 26, is, I think, the best team that they've had. It doesn't guarantee anything, Puck.
Best team that DePoto's put together, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
I think the best team that they've had since 01, since Pat Gillett put together. I mean, 1 through 9, the lineup is as stacked as, since the 01 team. Pitching staff is better. I
would take this pitching staff over 01.
Yep. They needed that one big bullpen arm that I thought they'd get. Caleb Ferguson is a nice addition from the left side. That's going to help. Mm-hmm. They whiffed on Duran and Jax. I thought they were going to get a big righty setup guy.
And and then a lot of people thought they had Duran too. And then whatever happened, I don't want to say it didn't fall apart, but it just they didn't take that deal.
They didn't quite get across the finish line there. But I mean, these next 7 games are going to be a lot of fun. I think they're in better shape than anybody else in the AL. So,
I agree with you on that one. I don't look again. I haven't done a deep dive in Toronto yet, but I'm just Toronto's playing great, but I'm not so sure that Toronto's better than them. I don't think the Yankees are better than them. Certainly don't think the Tigers are. Like all the contenders in the American League.
Right.
No, I think
Red Sox are hot, but I don't think they're better. But
but they're playing so above their weight.
Right, and that's what the Mariners need to do, and they've started. I hope to do that. 5-1 since the trade, and you hope they win today. You hope they get the Rays. They need kind of that Toronto 11-game winning streak, right, to really separate them. Or all the teams. The Red Sox did the same thing, 10-game winning streak. The Tigers won like every game for a month. It's like they need that kind of stretch to get maybe ahead of Houston, right? To certainly catch up to them. I know they're only 2 back, but their longest winning streak's been 5 games, Puck. I mean, we need like a 8, 9, 10 gamer to get this thing going.
And this type of lineup, though, allows them to do that. That's why it's like you get on these winning streaks, not so much because of what the pitching staff is doing. You get on the winning streaks because of what the offense does.
Exactly. And we've seen that. We saw it again last night. They've hit, 8 home runs the last 3 games. And it's not just the home runs, because that could dry up. You can't rely on that, right? But you saw, the Geno sack fly. I mean, Cole Young's hitting. J.P. Crawford, now he's down to 8th. He's hitting. Canzone is hit. It's a really good. Here's the way I look at it, Puck. You could make a case that Julio is now your 4th or 5th best hitter in that lineup. That's ridiculous. Think about that. Right?
And he's been great since the break. I mean, he's doing what he always does, where he warms up in the second half of the season. And I think that's what the most important thing, right? I think we would all agree with this, with what they did at the deadline, was it just took you need to put better players around him. And I know this we're stating the obvious here, but just to take pressure off of him, because I think that he just put so much pressure on himself to want to deliver for this team.
Right.
And I just think having other players around him, and I think every player in baseball would be like that. But
and I think it also
frees him up, I think.
Exactly. And I think this is going to help Cal out a lot. Cal's not done a whole lot in July and early part of August. You knew he was going to slump. He wasn't going to keep on that pace. But there's enough good hitters around him now where he can go 3 for 30 like he did. And they keep hitting, they keep scoring, and they keep winning. And then he's going to get hot again, and it's going to just take off, I think, offensively. So the pitching holds. I'm just really excited. Bryce Miller's coming back. He feels great. He's going to pitch today, 7 o'clock on Root Sports down there in Tacoma.
Mm-hmm.
So he is
wait. Time out.
Yeah, we got some minor league games.
You guys are airing the Rainiers game tonight with Bryce Miller?
That is correct, 7 o'clock.
Counter-programming against the Seahawks?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, who's in town? Some coach.
I've never heard of who's in town.
So some old guy.
Who's on the call?
What they're doing, Puck, is they're taking games from Everett, Arkansas, and Tacoma. We're airing select games on Root Sports, and what they're doing is just taking the radio call.
Okay.
And it's a pretty good production. We had one from Tacoma on Tuesday, and there's like 4 to 5 cameras. 4 to 5 cameras, and it looks good. And you get to see all the big prospects, like, of course, Bryce Miller on the hill today. So he is, this rehab start away from coming back. We've talked about him in the postseason, like, have him come out of the pen or something, or it just, how they're going to set up the pitching for a short series. We got to get there. I know that, but just, you can see what it can look like and just have fun with the possibilities.
So the Rainiers announcer, is it Riley Pay? I think her name is. I think so. She's on the call then.
Correct.
So you're just simulcasting the radio call on the TV.
Correct.
Okay. And this is on everywhere, Root Sports, including the app.
That's the plan.
Okay, can we stop?
Fingers crossed.
Can I ask, and
Please.
I'll move on.
No, it's fine.
Can we talk to somebody over there?
Yeah.
Just pretty
now,
please.
Where? Mariners or
just
Root?
Whoever is in charge of it.
Tech support. Isn't there a number?
Find someone in tech support, and this is all I ask. You're my middleman. You're my in between.
Gotcha.
And you're someone that can get things done.
Well, thank you. I like to think so.
You are. You're
maybe not around the house, but thank you.
No, but you're kind of one of the faces of the Mariners and Root and the TV broadcast.
So come to me with your problems.
Just got to get somebody on tech support.
Yeah, what happened last night?
It was a rough one last night on the app. Very, very a lot of glitches. Been a lot of glitches this year. Last 3 innings of the game, I'm watching it, but then I think the audio is a feature that you guys did on Ichiro,
which we ran in the pregame.
So I'm hearing an interpreter. I'm hearing Ichiro, you're interviewing someone that knew him back in Japan.
Right. I think that was our pregame.
Okay.
So maybe.
So I don't know who's on tech support over there.
Not me.
Not you.
No.
Maybe it's Angie.
Yeah, let's direct all this to Angie.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna form an email and I'm gonna send it to you, and you just forward it on to Angie and be like, "Hey, I guess the word is from top that you're the person that we should file technical complaints to," and just see what she does. Just if you can, when you're over there, are you working today? I assume yes.
Yeah, day game, my friend.
Okay.
Logan Gilbert on the hill.
Logan Gilbert on the hill. They go for the sweep. Just you bump into someone over there who's in tech.
Okay.
Say hey.
Say hey.
Let's do an update. Maybe it needs an update.
Maybe. And that's a good question to ask. Okay. Is it I don't think it's a Root or a Mariner thing. It's a third party that put the app together, right? So maybe
whoever did I don't know who did that. Whoever did the app.
Okay.
If it's Stanislav down the street, just go knock on Stanislav's door and be like, "Hey, Stanislav, let's update the app." Just for me, please.
Just give it a reboot. Hey, get an off-on button. Let's see if that helps.
Just a reboot. When in doubt, reboot. And I did that a million times. I was in and out.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just wanted to pass along.
Could you see post game, or was that?
No, I can send you the picture. It just froze mid-pitch of Munoz.
And then Ichiro.
And then I just went to
Twitter. That is his week. It's a big Hall of Fame week for Ichiro. Maybe.
That's the thing. I don't want to miss it.
That's going to be fun on Saturday, isn't it? Well, how good was Cooperstown? We haven't talked about that in his speech, and he did that himself. I talked to him and his interpreter, Alan, and he said, no, that was all Ichiro. Some help here and there with some English, but like that was all him. So that's awesome.
He was phenomenal. It was funny. Yeah. It was.
Yep.
I thought it was a great insight to his work ethic.
Exactly.
And I think the work ethic it takes to be great at something. And
I'm sure my girls saw that. It was really good. The little thing, you keep doing little things every day.
Yeah, and that's what he does.
It's what he does.
The routine that he has,
and it sets you up
day.
For success. Exactly.
I don't
awesome.
do that. Nothing.
I should.
So
Saturday, it'll be fun Saturday to hear the speech and get that number 51 retired before the next 51 gets retired.
Does he do it in English again?
Oh yeah,
he will. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. And you get the the plaque, the jersey, the
you have a cough
Funko Pop. Yeah, sorry. But I tell you what, man, stop that.
Hey, I was actually hold on. Let me before you finish that thought, go back to it.
I don't even know what it was.
Hold on. Do you think I was talking to my son about this last night when we were listening to the game or driving back from football practice because we're already in football season.
Oh,
now.
really?
Oh, Lord,
wow.
Jesus.
Jeez, you
no
coaching?
Summer.
Are you helping?
I'm volunteering.
Yeah,
I get roped in I just can't.
You wear the coach's shorts?
No,
coach's shorts.
I have like these like black kind of like Lululemon shorts, but what I do, like the stretchy yoga ones, but then I roll them up real high.
Roll them up.
Yeah,
nice.
Just to be that
tuck
guy.
in your shirt.
And then I got the whistle that I whistle around the finger like Belichick. I do nothing. Get those knees high. Come on, 2 hands on the ball.
You think that girl? You think that's real? That girlfriend with Belichick?
No, I think she's
it can't be right. That's ridiculous.
I think she's a working lady. I think she's
gotcha.
I think she's a high profile prostitute, probably.
Yeah, escort.
That's what I think. Escort. That's a nicer way to put it.
That can't be real. Anyway, what are we talking about?
I'm going to transition from Belichick's escort back to Ichiro.
Yeah. You were driving home with your son.
I was driving home from practice. My son informed me, hey, did you hear Ohtani started? He pitched great. He hit a home run. It was his 1,000th hit. I'm like, crazy. And then I said, hey, do you think? I wonder if Ichiro, if that was common back then, to have position players pitch, because that wasn't a thing back then, right?
Not at all.
Could Ichiro have pitched? Because did he throw out the first pitch this year? And they clocked it at 84.
That was last year. He threw it this year, but I don't think it was that fast. But you're right. When he played, when he pitched for Miami at the end of his career, he was hitting low 90s.
So he probably could have.
And the guys love him throwing BP because they had really good sliders. So when they wanted like a game slider, he was the guy they go to. That's a great. I bet he could have.
Ask him next when you see him. Do you think you could have done what Ohtani?
I don't know if he could have pitched, but I bet he could have pitched. Started. But I bet he could have
relieved
an inning or two or something.
Yeah,
that's a good point. But he loves hitting so much. I don't know. But yeah,
so good.
But he goes back to Japan every year and pitches to the high school girls, like all-star team, whatever it is. He goes back to Japan and pitches to them. So he's doing that again this year. So I know he's throwing. He's so funny. It's like I talked about Monday, off day, doing something. I want to get him on the golf show, but he's worried about how he's going to look because he's not a great golfer. And I'm like, I'm not going to make you look bad, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I got a bullpen day. I'm like, bullpen? What are you? Because he catches bullpens too. I'm like, what are you catching? He's like, no, throwing. I'm like, you're throwing a bullpen on what are you doing? It's like getting ready, pitch for the Japan. He goes back there to Japan to pitch.
But he's throwing a bullpen out just to work it up when he goes back to Japan.
Yeah. Keep the arm loose, getting it ready. Yeah, he's amazing. An off day Monday.
Did you say he catches too?
Yes. He started doing that last year. He got all the gear. Mizuno made him all catcher's gear, and when the team is on the road, he will go to T-Mobile Park every day, of course. And if people are rehabbing there, and if you got some pitchers that need to throw, he will catch their bullpens. He's unbelievable. He'll throw to hitters there. He'll catch bullpens. He's unbelievable.
I don't think we've ever seen someone who loves the sport of baseball.
Exactly.
More than him.
And you saw that in Cooperstown, right? When he goes out to that field and just finds some kids, plays some catch, hits, does his drills. It's like it's amazing. Never going to find anything like that. But that's a great point. I'll ask him about that. If he could hit, yeah. He'll say yes, I bet.
Yeah. You know,
Awesome.
I want to go back to what you were talking about in the beginning, just that, this being one of the best lineups that they've had since 2001, just how deep it is and how much longer it is. I mean, you look at Cole Young, who's been great hitting 9th, and now you got JP down there hitting 8th. I mean, where's Polanco at? Is he at 6 or 7?
Yes, 6. I mean, Canzone 7.
Yeah.
And think about
Canzone's
that.
playing great.
Right. Polanco's had a nice season. You got all of those, like 1 through 6. Like yesterday, the guy.
But Naylor, I want to just do a Naylor appreciation here.
100%.
Because this is the guy that I begged for. I love Josh Naylor. I've loved Josh Naylor forever.
But you didn't know he could run the bases like this.
I had no idea how athletic he was.
Yeah, he doesn't look it, but man, he's starting to play well. And it's not just the hitting. He does such the little things well. He's good at first.
He's better at first because I was told that he was not great over there.
Who told you that?
Well, I mean,
he might not be great, but he's certainly
better than I guess
enough.
I was led to believe.
Right.
And then even looking at the stats, they didn't present. The stats don't even present that he's all that great. And then
right, maybe his range isn't great, but he catches everything.
Yeah,
and he handles first really well. And what I like too is starting to kind of rub off a little bit on the players. Like Cole Young last night stole his first base.
Yeah,
right. And he
doesn't know how to slide.
Does not. Isn't that awkward?
It's terrible.
The pitcher goes over twice, right? So Cole is on first, knowing that this guy's probably not coming over. He looks in the dugout, right at Josh Naylor. Naylor's like, not because they had the conversation. Naylor says, "Hey, you got to start running. You got to get your first bag." So he looked at Josh, and then the next pitch gets it.
Yeah,
and that's just what I mean. Josh is like, helping the other guys out as well. He knows the value. Like he talked about a post game of 90 feet. It's how important it is to get in the scoring position. Because then he had a great point. It takes the pressure off the hitter. Because now he doesn't have to hit a double or a triple to score you from first. It's just a little single, right? And if you got the double steal the other night, infield in, and Polanco hits the ground ball to second. Well, the infield's in, so that gets by. So it's 2 runs. It's like he's baseball IQ is off the charts, and to hear him talk about the game is really interesting. Really refreshing. I like that. Just a great pickup. And of course, Gino's. I know it's like, can we get one of those guys?
Just
Gino.
Both of them. They can get.
Gino's going to be a lot cheaper. I know Gino's 34.
I looked at this the other day, and they had on Spotrac, which looks at contracts, had Suarez's market value at like 2 years, $24 million.
Done.
Okay. Done.
What's Naylor's?
5 years, 100. Done.
Oh, done. Come on.
$20 million a year.
Come on. Done.
Yeah, easy.
Let's go.
I hope they don't let these
Gilbert.
guys leave.
Yeah, they'll lock up Gilbert, I think, this offseason. Get those 2 guys. Let's go.
Yeah, he's been great. He's just the only thing I'd like to see. I would agree with your former partner in crime. I think I would probably rather see him hit second than where Raleigh is. I liked when Cal hit cleanup or even third. His numbers bear it out that he's hit better there in those spots. I understand the thinking of having your best hitter hit second or third, but I mean his cleanup numbers.
But Naylor's more of that guy, to get on base.
Well, Naylor's more of a 2-hole hitter now.
Yeah, I agree. So, he's not a 40 homer guy. He might be able to get to 2020 though.
Sure.
And Cal Raleigh's got 13 stolen backs. I want him to get to 50-20 as a catcher. Like, what an unbelievable season that would be.
Let me, Jim Moore, your favorite go-to guy.
Jim Moore.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
He's rooting against Cal Raleigh. He's the only person.
Did he bet against him?
Yes. He's the only person in Seattle that is hoping that Cal Raleigh doesn't hit any more home runs.
Why?
Because he's bet me $50 that Cal Raleigh won't get to 50.
Oh, that's a terrible bet.
So he's hoping. I mean, think about the balls on this guy.
Why would you bet
betting against a guy to not have success?
The most beloved Mariner in recent memory.
One of the
betting against him. Come on.
Going head-to-head with Judge for the American League All-Star, American League MVP. And he's actually hoping that he continues to spiral out of control and not do anything. And then he took it a step further, Brad Adam. He bet me another $20 I gave him 5-1 odds.
Yeah.
He thinks Suarez is going to end up with more home runs.
No. Jeez, Jim. I mean, even for him.
Yeah, it's low.
It's pretty low.
It's really low. Sad. Yeah. It's kind of sad what's happened to him.
Jeez.
He's really hit rock
bad.
bottom.
But, another point about the lineup, they've used the lineup since the trade. This has been what it's looked like for 6 games. They're 5-1 in these 6 games. There's no change. Like, we're not seeing Donovan Solano pinch hit for Naylor. We're not seeing Master Boney or Dylan Moore pinch
Solano's
hit
on
for Canzone. He's a nice guy, kind of rounds out the team a little bit.
Do you think, let me ask you, is he out when Rayleigh's back? Or do they send Master Boney?
I don't know. Maybe Master Boney goes back down. But that'll be interesting, And then Victor Robles is coming back. He's going to start a rehab assignment pretty soon. Now, he's going to need, 50, 60 at-bats, but he's going to come back in September. Maybe he and Canzone split that right field. So that'll look
into that. Yeah, Jim and I talked about that yesterday. I mean, maybe a platoon, but to me, Robles would be my starting right fielder. But it's not to take anything
much
away
better
from Canzone.
Defensively, right? But if you need that lefty in the lineup,
that's true.
It's going to look interesting. But I like now that we have a legitimate good team lineup where you don't have 4 or 5 platoons.
Yeah.
And when a lefty comes in, all the good hitters come out. Here come the righties or blah, blah, blah. It's like the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Blue Jays. That's your lineup. You're not having to platoon because one guy can't hit lefties or this guy can't hit righties. This is like
and I think players like it too. They show up and they know where they're hitting and
exactly.
And, they move on
so with 47 games left, I don't think there's going to be a lot of mixing and matching. I mean, maybe a guy gets a day here or there, but not many. So this is what you're going to see going forward.
It's going to be a fun run. When the season's over, hopefully it's a long playoff run. We will celebrate at John Howie Steak, you and I,
just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us. No wives.
No,
because that's what we're going to do. They're not. They're going to try to get in there. We're not going to let them. Brad Adam, Root Sports, all brought to you by John Howie Steak and Whiskey by John Howie. Enjoy the day game, and we will reconvene next week. Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Get that app.
There he is, Brad Adam, who joins us every single Thursday. We catch up with him early in the mornings, and we play during the show. And, of course, all brought to you by John Howie Steak. Thank you to Brad Adam of Root Sports, of course, joining us every single Thursday. We go from Brad now to our visit with Mitch Levy, Mitch Unfiltered podcast, another edition of KJ-Arent. Now, the full show airs during the live broadcasting of the Daily Puck Drop, but once the live show is over, the only way to watch or listen to the whole KJ-Arent with Mitch Unfiltered, Mitch Levy, sign up to become a Pucks Posse member at pucksports.com or become a patron of Mitch and go to mitchunfiltered.com. On this week's little sneak preview of KJ-Arent, we talk about Mitch's love affair with Ivar's red clam chowder and him yelling at me about Josh Naylor. Enjoy.
Get the middle size red. If you've never, by the way, I'm going to do an advertisement for I have to, because nobody's ever had the red clam chowder at Ivar's. Everybody just has the
because we're from the Pacific Northwest. That's why.
There's a reason they have it. Okay, try it.
No,
try it.
What makes it better? If I want the red clam chowder, you know what I'm going to have? I'm going to have Cioppino, because it's just Cioppino.
They don't have Cioppino there.
I'm just saying that it's Cioppino.
I'm saying it's so good, and I am a veteran. I am a connoisseur of red clam chowder. Okay, Manhattan. I go to Ivar's just for their red clam chowder, and here's what I do. Just hear me out on this. Okay. I get the middle-sized red clam chowder. Yep. I order the shrimp cocktail that comes in a little plastic cup. Okay, baby shrimp, baby bay shrimp. Just hear me out. Stop laughing. Hear me out. So when you start laughing, you tune me out. Don't tune me out, Puck. This is the KJ-Arent. Don't tune me out. I get the little shrimp cocktail, and then I sit down at the table, and I take the shrimp cocktail, and I skim all the shrimp into the red clam chowder, right into it, and I mix it around, okay? Then I throw the rest of the shrimp cocktail out. I don't eat the lettuce or the cocktail sauce. I throw it out. And then I sit for 15 or 20 glorious minutes, and I enjoy the red clam chowder mixed in with shrimp.
That's it.
It's it. That's my dinner.
That's it. That's all you have.
But I look at my watch, and I'm like, wait a second. It's 6:15. I got to get in front of a TV. First pitch. And this is where I was going. Long-winded story. This is where I was going. Why I don't want you to be talking about off-season who John Stanton should or shouldn't sign, okay? When was the last time, with 44 games to go in a season, and I'm assuming I'm not the only one, that we're all doing the same thing at 6:15. We're jockeying to get in front of our TVs so we can see the opening pitch of a Tuesday night, Wednesday night game against the Chicago White Sox, because we're so freaking excited about what's going on. And you're on here talking about how much they should give Josh Naylor in the offseason.
Why can't they have both? And first of all, it's little recency, right? Bias. It was like that a few years ago when they got Castillo at the deadline. You were doing the same thing. You were doing the same thing. You just don't recall it because the last 2 years have been miserable.
Because the line, but even when they got Castillo, the lineup, it's the batting order. It's the fact that J.P. Crawford's cracking home runs from the number 8 spot. It's
Cole Young.
The fact that my guy Cole Young doesn't know how to slide, and he's no, don't my guy me.
He's my guy.
Yeah, you told me that I'm the Mariners minors guy when I was promoting Cole Young when he was in Tacoma. Do you have to keep tweeting out about Cole Young? When are you going to stop about Cole Young?
Hey, and can you start tweeting more about Colt Emerson, please?
Well, see, you don't follow Mitch. See, you don't get me. No, you don't get me. Colt Emerson is the number 1 prospect. We all are in love with Colt Emerson. It's too easy for me to get on board. Of course, it's Michael Arroyo, who's the number 5 prospect. It's easy to get excited about Colt Emerson. Yeah. Calm down with Colt.
Yeah. You're right about Young, though. He does not know how to slide. He does not know how to slide at all. He's terrible.
He hurt himself.
I just think that you're right. I think it's different from where it was a couple of years ago, because that was, I still think there was the level of excitement because of where they were at. They made the biggest trade of that deadline being Castillo, and it wasn't too far after that they acquired him that they gave him money, wasn't it? It was pretty quickly, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then they had that fabulous run. But you are right. It is different because of
the lineup,
position players that they added, and the lineup, and how much longer it is. And I tell you what, Brad, the long-winded Brad Adam, and he says, and I guess I didn't think about it. All I thought about was this is the best lineup he's put together, DePoto's put together in his 10 years. But his point was this is the best team they've had since 2001. I guess wasn't even kind of thinking all that far back, but it's fairly obvious when you think about it. That's a better pitching staff than that 01 team.
How often were we every night after the number 4 hitter hits, we get to 5, and we all kind of walk out for a couple innings waiting for the top of the order to come back because you just know they're going 6, 7, 8, and 9 and 1. Now, all of a sudden, Randy Arozarena's up, and you're like, wait a second, we're back at the top of the order. You didn't even recall being at the bottom of the order. It's just beautiful. It is so beautiful. And the last 2 games, I'm repeating what I said to Danny, but the last 2 games is exactly what, and I know last night got a little bit dicey with Andres Munoz at the end, and they gave up some whatever. But last night's game, the last 2 games were just what we want.
Because those guys are contributing.
Yeah. Everybody in the lineup, they score 4 runs early, 6 runs. Mm-hmm. You give Kirby, you give Wu a 5-1, a 6-2 lead. It was systematic. Now, you might say Chicago's terrible, fine, but it was systematic. That's the way to win baseball.
But these are the teams that they have struggled against this year. It's it's the teams they're supposed to beat. That they really have stumbled. They've stubbed their toe against all season long.
This is so exciting.
It is.
Except when you start talking about who we're signing can you just wait a little bit?
No, I don't want to wait. I don't want Naylor to leave.
Can we enjoy this? Can you just give me a chance to enjoy the red clam chowder with the bay shrimp in there?
There he is, Mitch Unfiltered. And again, once we sign off, the only way to watch or listen to the latest episode of KJ-Arent is to sign up to become a patron, MitchUnfiltered.com, or you can sign up to become a Puck's Posse member. All you got to do is just go to pucksports.com and sign up there. Little as $5 a month. And it gets you $5 a month gets you everything that we do here at Puck Sports, including KJ-Arent with Mitch, Sports Pit with Steve Sandmeyer, Matt Stretch Johnson, our visit with Seattle Times Mariners reporter Ryan Divish, who is back this week, full-time covering the team. By the way, undefeated since he's been back. And we now produce the Graz with Gas Take 5 podcast. You get that, and then the $5, Mitch Unfiltered. Like you get the free show on Mondays, but all the Mariners note table that he does with Joe Doyle, Brady Farkas, and also you've got his NFL coverage that he does with Brady Henderson, Danny O'Neill, a bunch of other stuff. So it's well worth it. It's only $5 a month. Don't go to Molly Moon's. Save your visit to Molly Moon's and give us your $5. All right. Big thanks to Mitch. And again, the podcast will be up later at pucksports.com. Sign up there on the Puck's Posse page. All right. Before we wrap up Thursday's show, in other news, speaking of the Seahawks and Raiders tonight, we didn't get much of that with Mitch. We didn't get any of it. Drew Lock likely to start tonight. So we'll see. Drew Lock's had a good camp by all accounts. He's looked good, and it's good to see him back there in the fold. He will be followed by Jalen Milroe, and I think that's what everyone. Well, I won't speak for everyone. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see Jalen Milroe. This is where I think he's going to thrive. He's going to make some wow plays tonight and during the preseason where people are going to get all excited. Well, maybe he could push Sam Darnold. It's not going to happen. Sam Darnold will be the starter. But I'm excited to watch Jalen Milroe. I'm excited to see Gray Zabel. Super pumped to watch Imawari play. He has been the rave of camp. So is Horton. Doesn't sound like we'll see Oluwatimi tonight. He's been out with that back injury. Probably won't see Abe Lucas. But I'm just a guy. I love football. I like preseason. I'm a sicko. We've got the Ballard Knights football practice tonight, so I can't watch it live, but we will watch it on tape delay. There are two other games tonight on the NFL docket. Ravens taking on the Colts, Bengals, and Eagles. In other news, also, ESPN has obtained a message from the NFL Players Association, the whole smelling salts thing, sent to players Wednesday night that indicated unions sought clarification on the league's ban on the smelling salts. They received confirmation, by the way. It only applied to clubs providing the smelling salts to players. Quote, we were not notified of this club policy change before the memo was sent out, the union's message said. To clarify, this policy does not prohibit player use of these substances, but rather it restricts clubs from providing or supplying them in any form. The NFL has confirmed this to us. On Tuesday, the NFL sent a memo to all teams that stated clubs are prohibited for providing or supplying smelling salts in any form at NFL games for the 2025 season. The memo indicated the NFL's Head, Neck, and Spine Committee made the recommendation for the ban because the FDA issued a warning in 2024 about the negative effects of ammonia inhalants, including the potential to mask certain neurologic signs and symptoms, including some potential signs of concussion. So I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Clubs can't provide the smelling salts because the NFL, the FDA issued a warning that the NFL is taking serious that it could mask concussion symptoms, but the players on their own can still take it. You can't be serious about player safety if you're still allowing them to take it. All right? You can't. In other news, in case you missed it, Shohei Ohtani continues to be the best player that baseball has ever seen. He registered his 1,000th hit last night, which was his 39th home run on the season. By the way, he also started the game. He was terrific on the mound despite losing to the Cardinals last night. He lowered his ERA to 2.37. He averaged 99 miles an hour on his fastball and multiple times. I think it was 6 or 7 times touched 100. The man is an absolute unicorn. In other news, Mill Creek softball team, they lost to Florida yesterday 5-3. Their run at the Little League Softball World Series is over. Congratulations, though, to the girls and all the coaches and parents involved, the whole community there of Mill Creek. Just a great run. It looked like just a great group of girls. Meanwhile, the Bonnie Lake baseball team is going to face Beaverton in tomorrow's regional championship game, 6 o'clock on ESPN. The winner goes to Williamsport. Back on Tuesday, Bonnie Lake throttled Beaverton 20-6. All right, that's all in other news segment. All right, before we go, we wrap up every daily puck drop with Hey, What the Puck. It is brought to you by Restoration One of North Seattle. Your restoration company lets you avoid the stress of water, fire, and mold damage with their property restoration services, locally owned and operated. Make them your first call when those damages affect your residential or commercial property. 206-817-8917. Visit them online at restoration1.com, the North Seattle franchise. Is it okay to like something, but at the same time not like it? I'll explain. I understand what Jimmy Rogers at Washington State is doing, the new football coach, South Dakota State. If you're unaware of what he's doing, so he's done this twice now. During practice, he'll have live sessions in their scrimmage, 11-11 scrimmages, where everyone's live, including the quarterback. I, again, have never heard of this, ever, where a quarterback is live. They can tackle him, bring him down, all of it. I've watched his comments about it. Hey, we've got a quarterback competition going on. There's 4 guys vying for the spot. I need to see how they react to when guys are really flying at them. That makes perfect sense to me. It really does. At the same time, I'm like, well, what if like the 2 guys, because they're not all, there really is 2 guys competing for it. It's the Duggar kid and Zeviak House. What if one of those guys gets hurt, tears an ACL, gets blindsided, is out with a concussion? I mean, aren't you running a risk? Aren't you playing a little bit with fire? It's one of those things where I understand what Rodgers is doing, and it's kind of an old school way of looking at it that I appreciate. At the same time, I think the risk far outweighs the reward of it. I mean, cross your fingers, you're a Coug fan, that nothing happens to these guys there that are vying for this spot. But it feels a little too much, a little dangerous to play around with your quarterbacks like that. Now, they're not long sessions, but we shall see who emerges there from the quarterback competition there in camp there for the Cougs. All right, that's Hey, What the Puck, brought to you by Restoration One of North Seattle. Give them a call, 206-817-8917, or visit them at restoration1.com. Thanks for everybody for watching and listening today. Thank you to all our sponsors, Limbeck Lumber, John Howie Steak, Zogs on Fox Island, Hartley and Hartley Insurance, also Restoration One. Today's Daily Puck Drop, please find it on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Also find the Daily Puck Drop on your favorite podcast platforms, and, of course, up at pucksports.com. When you're at pucksports.com, sign up to become a Pucks Posse member. You support all the free daily content we do. Plus, you get bonus shows as well, including Thursdays with Mitch, KJ-Arent, plus the Sports Bit with Steve Sandmeyer, Matt Stretch Johnson, I'm choking up, and our MLB Insider with Seattle Times beat reporter Ryan Divish. And every Monday, new episodes, Graz and Gas Take 5 podcast, available on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and up at pucksports.com. Thursday is in the books. We'll be back Friday's show, which will include, coming up on Friday's show, we do not have Chris Egan coming up tomorrow. Chris Egan is actually fishing with his family. So no Chris Egan tomorrow. I think Jim Moore is back. I don't know for sure if Jim is back. Be honest with you. I don't know if his computer works. We will find out together. But we will talk to you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Until then, as always, we promise to be back.
No shoes, no dice.
Would anybody like to smoke some pot?
Yeah.
I was born to love you. I was born to lick your face. I was born to rub you. But you were born to rub me first.
What do you need my address for?
We'd like to send out a mailer.
Mother of mercy, I don't speak Japanese!